Alright, our next storyteller is a local artist and animator who's one of two storytellers we have tonight that share a somewhat similar story in that they have a childhood that led them to an interesting place in life. And Devon Bruno is here to tell you a story that he calls Never Too Late. Please welcome Devon Bruno. Devon Bruno. Hey guys, how's it going? So when you were growing up, do you remember that kid in your neighborhood who was kind of like awkward, homeschooled, like couldn't do all the cool shit you could do, like read Harry Potter, play Dungeons & Dragons, Pokemon, all that shit? That was me. And so, okay, here's the reason why. So I grew up like in a fundamentalist Christian household. Like I had an older brother. He was like 6 years older than me. Like dad, he was really distant. So like I never had any real male role models growing up. My mom, when I was like about 8, 9 years old, elementary school, my mom, she was a middle school substitute teacher. So in her best interest, like, and in my supposed best interest, she didn't really want me to go through the shit like 13-year-olds go through, because if you've ever been 13, you know it's fucking terrible. So anyways, she pulls me out about 4th grade and homeschools me. And I'm homeschooled in a very fundamentalist Christian household until graduation. So more or less what happens is I missed out on like all the cool shit I could have done like with my peers. And if you ever like been Christian or known Christians, you know that they don't teach you about dating, they teach you about courting. And courting is this thing where you meet a girl, right, so people know what I'm talking about. So like, you know, you look at someone and say, can I see myself being paired off with them? Can I see myself marrying this person? And I'm 29 years old and I still can't look at someone like that, you know? So anyways, this is my life. Otherwise, lead a fairly normal life. You know, like, I have friends, male and female, really good friends, go to shows, cool shit like that, you know, whatever. And that's just how I live my life until, fast forward. So I'm like 23, 24 years old. I have a good job. Like, I'm with a friend in an apartment doing like all this stuff you're supposed to do in your 20s, except for this, you know, huge, glaring, blank space in my life. Like, I've never been on a date. When I say I've never been on a date, I mean like I've literally never been on a date. Like I've never held a girl's hand. I still haven't kissed a girl yet. I still haven't really cuddled with a girl. I've had crushes, but beyond that, I don't know what to do when I have a crush. Like it's just emptiness. You know, it's like fog of war, whatever. So anyways, like I'm 23, 24, and here's what happens. I get my legs taken out from underneath me. I get a DUI, and you know I wasn't ready for it. You never are. So I lose my job. I lose like my apartment. I can't afford to live there anymore, and I move back in with my parents. And you know it's tough because it's like by that point in my life, my growth is stalled. So I'm like, well. At that point in your life, I'm adrift, so I'm like, well, what do I have control over, right? So I think, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll start lifting weights or some bullshit, getting in shape. Like, that sounds good. But, you know, there's still this thing hanging over me that I haven't taken care of. So, anyways, I'm like 24, 25 years old, don't really have anything going on. And one day I'm at a show with a friend of mine. This buddy of mine, his name is Jeremiah, and he's like really tenacious, former Marine, but you know, he cares about me, he looks out for me, he sees this girl. Friend of a friend, he goes, ask that girl out. And I go, dude, I don't have a license, like, you know, fucking, like, she's too young. She's like 19 years old, and I'm like 25, so I'm like, I'm making an excuse, and he goes, if you don't ask her out, when are you going to ask somebody out? Like, you can't keep living your life and ignoring this huge part of your life that everyone else is taking care of. It's going to pass you by if you don't take care of it now. So I go, fuck it. And it's literally one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I'm sweating, I'm shaking, I'm rubbing the back of my head so hard and probably, you know, like a male pattern baldness get worse. So anyways, so I asked this girl out, and it goes about as well as you would expect. And unfortunately, it's not a single date, it's like a double date, because otherwise I wouldn't know what to do on my own. So we go on this date, and you know, if you're a 19-year-old girl, you've probably dated, and if you imagine I'm a 25-year-old guy who's never dated before, I'm sure it's as awkward for her as it was for me. So anyways, we dated for like a month or so, and of course, you know, I don't know what it's like, and I realized you just date people and not like them, and I figured it out afterwards. Right? So that peters out, and it's hard, like, So I keep dating and shit after that, and you know, I'm still nervous asking girls out. I have like panic attacks and anxiety. It's really, really, really fucking hard because I've not dealt with it my whole life, and all of a sudden it's a huge part of my life. So I keep dating, and everything I wish I could have done when I was 16, I'm doing now in about a span of a year. So anyways, it keeps going, and fast forward another year, so I'm 26, I've been on a few more dates, dated a few more girls. I'm still like kind of condensing all this stuff, just trying to get it out of the way, just trying to get it over with, and catch up with my peers more or less. So I see this girl at work, and she's beautiful, right? She's just like my type totally. And she keeps making eyes at me, and so anyways, I eventually realized, I'm like, oh, okay, I see. She likes me, so I like her, I'm gonna just go for it. One day she actually comes up and talks to me, and I end up asking her out. And by this point in life, I'm just like, you know what, if I want something, I should allow myself to have it. Because, you know, and I guess the important part is this actually ends up being a girl I'm losing my virginity to, and at this point, I'm 26 years old, so I've kind of put this off my whole life, and all of a sudden I've caught up. It's late, but I guess my point is that it's really never too late to get something you want, and you know, after this point in life, I had blamed all my shortcomings or putting this shit off on my lack of things or the things that are holding me back, but really what it was myself. So once I got my own way, once I actually let my guard down and have something I wanted, I realized that it's never too late, and it worked out for me. And you know, it's still hard, still difficult, but I'm glad I didn't keep putting it off. So that's it. Thanks, guys.
So in my own personal life, I'm in the midst of my own late bloom, so to speak, in that I tried out auditioning for a play at Raleigh Little Theater, and I got a part recently, and it's really kicking my ass, to be frank. It's like the hardest fucking thing I've ever done. And so it's at Raleigh Little Theater, and I asked the director of Raleigh Little Theater if there was another actor, actress that he knew that had also started acting late in life. And he recommended our next storyteller to her. She has done a lot of behind the stage type stuff, behind the scenes for 10 years. And then just recently came out from behind the stage and had a big role in Much Ado About Nothing at Raleigh Little Theater at the age of 52. So here to tell that story is Elaine Petrone, a story she calls Go For It. Please welcome.